Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expose in July 11, 2012, and it's 1:26 a.m. Birmingham, Alabama. And today's topic: does God hear you? Are your prayers being answered? I'm going to give a little discussion here, and I believe it'll be very beneficial. A true cry, and I mean a cry, an ear, teardrops. A true cry is the product of a real pain and the expression of a real want, therefore is a real thing. And take this little example about people that aren't sure that they are saved. And anyway, for when a man prays to God because he is not 100% sure that he is saved, and his prayer is 100% genuine, he'll cry from the soul. The heart is turned upside down like a pitcher full of water, and tearfully pray until you can cry no more. Such an outpouring of the heart will be a cry and a prayer. Excuse me. In Psalms 34, verse 6, this poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. This man was all alone, so that no one else heard him, but the Lord did. In God's ear, the songs of angels are continually, never-ending throughout all of heaven, continually resounding. Yes, he hears all the voices of all the creatures he has made. Yet, he stopped from his eternal glory and gave attention to the poor man's cry. Never imagine that a praying heart ever leads to a deaf God. Don't ever even think that. And it's so far removed from men that he takes no note of their desires. This is what some people believe, that go through the motions, but yet they're not sure God is hearing them. Never believe that an infinite mind can be moved by the cries of men. Do not believe so gross a falsehood, or you will soon cease to pray. No man prays for the mere of love for the act. The prayer will hear, or the Lord will hear your prayer. My hearer, even if you cannot put it into words, he has an ear for thought and sighs and longings. A wordless prayer is not silent to him. God reads the intent of the heart and care more for these than the syllables from the lips. And this poor man could not speak. His heart was so full that he could only cry. But Jehovah heard him. Once more, prayer has this excellence, that it wins answers from God. The Lord heard him. The Lord saved him out of his troubles. God does put forth power and answer to prayers. I believe many who first prays to God, Jehovah, in a prayer that tells God, you said you would never put on us or me more than we or I could bear. God, I'm there. I cannot bear this weight any longer. That's a very popular prayer because it's biblical. bring God to remembrance of what he told you. And I'll go on. I'm going to tell you my personal quick story. When I was at the age of about 2 to 3, I used to drag the family Bible, and to me it was very heavy, but I'd drag it a foot or two at a time across the room and finally make it to my mother. And she'd pick me and the Bible up, put me in her lap, and I'd always open up the first page or first book, and on the left there was a page of a picture of Adam and Eve, and on the right, of course, Genesis. And I'd always ask her to read. Well, 5 or 10 minutes into this, well, I'm done. I'm bored. I'm ready to go. But again, I'm 2 to 3 years old, and but there's another thing. A long, long time ago, and I don't remember who did this. You know the Starlight, Starbright, I wish I may, I wish I might thing. I did that from the beginning, and my prayer was always consistent, or my request, or my wish was one thing. And I don't know why, but it's never changed. I have never wished for anything else. And it was always, when I did that little thing to the star, my prayer or request was, I wish I get to go to heaven. And I started saying that at 3 years old, and I've never stopped. I've never picked another request. And I taught these things to my daughters. They do the same thing. And now my 6-year-old grandbaby girl, little angel, same thing. When we go outside at night, first star, that's what she says. I wish I get to go to heaven. So I thought that was interesting. If you don't know what to say and you're tearfully praying, you're crying, you don't know how to group your thoughts, God knows them. He knows your heart. He knows what you're trying to say, because a Christian that has the Holy Spirit tells God, this is what we're telling you or requesting from you. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you one more extremely interesting thing. And my daughter put me on a website, not a website, Abandoned Children of Bulgaria. And I looked at this and I watched every clip they had. It's so sad that so many people in so many countries are just giving up. And the treatment they get is less than a pet, far less. But there is one girl, 18-year-old, named Dee Dee. When her mother dropped her off, she was 15. And they told her every weekend, your mother's coming after you. And she would sit in the lobby, packed, ready to go. Her mother never came. Eventually, she did what all the other children were doing. She started rocking back and forth. When they do that, that means that they're going crazy. That's been on my prayer list along with millions of others every night at 8 p.m. Pray for our country, pray for the Jews, pray for all the abandoned children, all the taken, meaning the kidnapped, and all the dark places, meaning the people that their government dictates who they pray to. But Dee Dee has been in our prayer, been my prayer for 2 years. And I just read an update, and it blew my mind. This girl not only recovered because of help pouring in, she's the top #1 person in her class in math. And prayer did it. Prayer did it all. God hears your prayer. Jody Wolf, Exposed.